Where was I? Here we go. Okay, coolio. So, like I said to you guys, it's going to be a little bit different tonight. I'm going to go through some stuff first, and then we're going to train. Okay, I want this to be very interactive because I want you guys to be really, really serious. So grab a pen and paper. If you can, grab a pen and paper. Now, I don't mean you got to go run out of the room or anything like that. If you have a pen and paper, grab it. And if you don't, take out your phone and take some notes. Okay, so Tuesday, the 29th of November. Why is that important? Does anybody know?
It's today.
Holidays are starting.
Yeah. Do you know why it's important?
One more day to collect comms.
Possibly. The reason why I said it's important because I just made it important. There's no significance to why we're doing this today. None whatsoever. But I'm going to tell you why it's important because hopefully in 6 months' time, you will remember this day when I challenged you. All right. Very, very simple for me. So read this out to me. What the fuck needs to happen for you to get to where you want to go? And that's my English literacy coming out. That's me being very filtered because I could say a lot worse. Yeah. So again, this is for Amir. This is for some of you guys. Where the fuck do you need to go? What needs to fucking change for you to go and get there? Yeah. Here's another thing for you guys. Crazy, you know? That's as serious as it is. You got 26 fucking days until the fat man comes down the chimney. When I hear that fat man come down the chimney, the year is done. You're done. Toast. Gone. Because you're not making any sales. So you ultimately, with all due respect, you have 20 days left of this year. Because you hit the 20th of December, you're done. No more. Guarantee that. You're making sales for January 1st. You can get down payments. You can take people's investment and you can start them in January 1st, whatever it is. But I'm guaranteeing you now, no one is starting a coaching program, no one is starting training, no one is starting anything on the 21st of December. Or am I a liar? Is anyone here starting anything on the 21st of December? Other than starting drinking? Yeah. There's nothing going to happen from the 20th of December other than party and happy and family. The beauty of it, guys, is that the work that you should have had, the beauty of it, guys, you should be in a fantastic position right now to pull back. I remember my first year in sales, I did nothing the whole of December. I actually took it all off because I made not so much money, but I made the money that I needed to make to take the whole 30 days off. Yeah. And here's another sad reality if you're not in the position where you want to be. You got 33 days until January 1st. Let that sink in for a minute, like straight up. I want you guys to understand next year, from January 1st, you're going to be another year older. Yeah. So the biggest thing I want you to figure out right now, and the biggest thing I want you to write down, okay? What do you want 2023 to be? What do you want? Like, because if you don't know what you want, which is your North Star, then how the fuck can you actually go and get there? If you don't know you want to go to fucking, I don't know, Shoreditch from East London or from fucking Ealing, then how the fuck do you know when you're going to get there? So what I want you all to do right now, write down exactly what you want. And I mean it, like write down your whole list. I don't mean like philosophical, I want to sell 14 kids and wherever. Like, I mean, like, what do you feel you want? Top of the funnel. Okay. What do you want? Take 2 minutes. Keep writing. There's no one that should be looking at me. Keep writing. Because your goal should fucking fill 14 pages. All right, Jackie Allman, come off mute, buddy. What's your write down?
So in 2022, I want to be
2023.
transpire. 2023, yeah.
I know it's
I
already
wanna
feels
be
like
making-
4 in the morning, and I appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, cool. So I want to get to a position where I'm closing over 50% and I'm making 4K a week consistently. And I just want to be in a position where I'm just so good at sales that I'm literally irreplaceable. And I'm not looking for work, people are coming to me. That's
Fantastic.
sort of the goal.
Love it. Clear, concise, direct, straight to the point. Parker,
Yeah, I want to get 30K in each of my kids' college funds, so they're not stuck in the position that my wife's in, paying off student loans.
okay. Now I'm going to ask you a deeper question. How much is in the fund now?
7 on each.
Okay, so you've got a 3x, more or less. Yeah, good stuff. Josh Beeden. What
20K.
change-
20K comms, 6% plus close rate. But for my actual business, I want to really make a dent in it and stop fucking about, really get 5 healthcare businesses bought and get a company office.
Mhm. How many have you bought already?
0.
Yeah. How long have you wanted to do? Because I've had my eye on you for the last 2.5 years. How many have you done? Because I see you keep changing your cover photos. You see fucking drip feeding into the world that you're this, that, and the other thing. So how many or how long have you wanted to do this?
A while. I've had a lot of trials and tribulations, but it's been my issue, my fault through just fucking up.
Yeah, well, it's not mine anyway. I know that. Good stuff. Amir, what's going on with you? Come off mute, you had.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I want to be getting back to making 30K a month, and I want to start traveling again.
Yeah, maybe you might stop off in Ireland.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
Good
not.
stuff. Maybe not. Colby?
So yeah, I wrote down my North Star of making sure that I continue to wake up every morning, and remind myself of all the blessings that I have up until this point, and continue to go and build on the foundation and skill set that I have built up for the past year.
Okay, give me something more tangible than that, buddy. Like waking up in the morning, you're in a very privileged position to do that, buddy. So hopefully that will always stay until you're like 95 years of age when I want to.
Until I'm floating in the ocean, bro. Until I'm floating in the ocean.
So tell me, what do you want to make? What do you want to do? What do you want to have an impact next year?
For in terms of like the tangible, if I can consistently go ahead and hit my North Star goal when I went inside OBJ, 20K per month,
Okay.
and do what is necessary for like myself on a daily basis and reverse engineering that process. That's all I can really ask of myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Eli? Go for it,
Can
buddy.
you hear me?
I can.
Okay, perfect. So I want to be able to get to at least 20, 30K by the point around February, March.
Yeah.
I'm working 2 offers, so I can ultimately be able to move out of my parents' house, move to Mexico, just kind of live the dream life out there.
Fantastic. Good stuff. Okay, so I need to get 20K. I need to move out of my mom's and dad's house, and I want to go to Mexico. And I want to go chase some Mexican chicalitas around. Fantastic. Good stuff.
You got that,
Cody,
right?
Cody, let's hear from you, buddy.
I want to get on a quality offer with quality leads. So I have potential to get up to 20K per month with a 60+ close rate, become highly skilled and confident no matter what's thrown my way. with sales, spend more time with my son, pay off our bills due to what we went through this year with him.
Yeah.
Buy a second home, which would be a vacation property to create more money when we're not staying there, and be able to take at least a week off every 2 months to spend with my son and my wife.
Fantastic. Good stuff. Francine, go for it. You get you off mute. There you go, sister. Oh shit, I muted you again. Sorry.
Okay. Hello.
How are you?
So I want 8 to 10K a month. I'm stingy with my time. I want to talk to as few people as possible to get there. So I want a 70 to 80% enroll rate. I want peace of mind for my own financial future. And I also want to help move people past their fears and bet on their own success.
Fantastic. Good stuff. We're going to go 2 more. Let's go Jean and let's go Nikki Schroeder.
Mine was very similar to Francine's. I want about $8,000 to $10,000 a month. Staying in the very limited part-time capacity of a mom, homeschooling mom with young kids that I'm in. So that's like 3 hours a day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Stuff. Big Nikki.
Yeah, I want to get to 50K commission a month and maintain the 80% close rate I have. Put a down payment on a property in London, buy a Ducati motorbike, travel to at least 4 places, have a bigger impact on other people's lives as well. So help them to actually achieve their goals. Buy my mum and dad a car, pay for a self-development course for my sister, be consistent, continuously grow, and start a foundation to help women and children to be safe.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, everyone get a concept of what's in this room? Yeah, I didn't hear one fucking Ferrari. I didn't hear one fucking Lamborghini. I didn't hear one fucking jet. I didn't hear anyone say I want to fuck off the Bali and I want to fucking become an Instagram model. I heard real shit from real people and real shit that people want to go and do and achieve. And here's the other side of it, guys. I somewhat stop people coming into this room. I somewhat limit the amount of people that come into the objection box. Why? Because I got to make sure that the quality and the people that I want to bring in are the people that are like me and like who I want to be and like who I want them to actually go and achieve. So as you can see, I picked 7, 8 random people. Everyone is quite similar in terms of their goals and what they want to go and achieve. Yeah. So it brings me back here. Because this is the shit that matters. Everyone has the goals. Everyone can speak. Yeah. Now ask yourself, what the fuck needs to happen for you to go and achieve that? Yeah. What the fuck needs to happen for you to go and actually build a foundation, get to 50K months, get to 10K and speak to 4 people a day? Yeah. Be a stay-at-home mom and still make a lot of money. Get out of my mom and dad's house and fuck off to Mexico. Chase Mexican chicalitas around. Yeah, whatever the hell you want to do. Yeah. What the fuck needs to happen for you to actually go and achieve this? Write that down because that's important, guys. Why? Because that's the gap. On the left-hand side is your goals. On the right-hand side is what needs to happen, what needs to change. So write that down for me, guys, if you can. Okay, we should all know one to 3 things that needs to happen for you to get to your goals. Christian, what did you write down, buddy?
Yeah, so I got to bring on a salesperson. I got to get my setting team rocking and continue to expand lead flow and up my content.
Fantastic. Brian, what's going on with you, buddy? What needs to happen for you to get to your goals? Just give me a snapshot of what your goal is, and then let's have a look at what needs to change.
Yeah, so my goal is to make 500K in annual income. I want to have companies reaching out to me and prospecting me for the best offers. And
Yeah.
really have a skill set that allows me to design my life for my family.
Okay, so what needs to change for you to go and do that?
I need to make training
What needs to get
something.
better?
Yeah, I need to make training something I do and not that I've done in the past, and stay focused and on track on how I'm progressing to that goal, as well as I need to build a reputation inside of this space, outside of, what I'm doing for the company. So adding value and, building my reputation.
Correct, which is ultimately building your company.
Yep.
And you're saying to yourself, company? I mean, your company is you. Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Michelle, what's your goal? Just give me a snapshot and then just tell me what needs to change for you to go and achieve it.
15K months consistently, 60 plus close rate.
Okay, so what needs to change?
I need to hold people to a higher standard. I need to call people out on their BS. And I need to
Bullshit.
stop being
What's
such
that?
a freaking people pleaser. There,
Okay.
said it.
Wow, she cursed. She cursed. Right, Josh Large, go for it, buddy. What's your goals and what needs to change or what needs to happen or what needs to be improved on or what needs to continue doing in order for you to go and achieve that?
Yeah, I just put 30K months, more confidence, good offer, ultimately implementation practice, because I'm always a self-doubter. I'm a bit of an OCD person, just from upbringing. I don't like failing, so that kind of causes me that limited mindset, I think. So, yeah, just showing up and doing the work.
Correct. Fantastic. Okay, let me show you this, guys. Have any of you ever met one of these people? Does anyone know anyone of those? They're like a unicorn. Anyone ever know a person like that?
I met one.
Who's that?
Gavin.
Can you introduce me? I want to shake that man or that lady's hand.
I think I did.
Here's the thing, right? I don't know any fucking salesperson. I've not spoke to any salesperson who doesn't want to make money, who doesn't want to actually influence. Now, the only way you're going to get paid is obviously by helping people anyway. But I've never met a person, I've never met a sales agent, I've never met a sales professional, whatever guys you want to call yourselves, who doesn't want to do this, who doesn't want to make money. But here's the sad reality, guys. I met a lot of these. I met a lot of these people. And I see them and I speak to them every day. I get 40, 50 DMs a day. I want to be the next fucking president of the United Nations. You're like, get out of town, buddy. Don't message me this garbage. Yeah. I met a lot of people who have this. Big lofty goals. That reality is this. Not everybody is willing to walk the walk as well as talk the talk. Hands up here, straight up, no bullshit, was in a position where they can honestly say they walk the walk as well as talk the talk. It's always good when you actually ask a question like that and no one actually puts their hand up, because if you put your hand up, you're just going to get smashed. Yeah, me included. Like, we're all in a position where we hold ourselves back. We're all in a position where I know for a fact that we're not leveling up to the standard that we need to be to get to where we want to go. But the beauty is very, very simple. You get to decide. Do you know why you get to decide, guys? And this is the God's honest truth. For years, I was in the wrong vehicle. For years, I was in the wrong space. For years, I didn't have the access or the availability to get to where I wanted to go. You all actually have that. And some of you are really, really young. Some of you are 18, 19, 20, 21 years of age. It took me until I was 27 to realize I was in the wrong game. And it took a world pandemic for me to realize that I was in the wrong game. I thought I was going to be a millionaire through fitness. Nah, it just doesn't work. Sales is the game. Sales is the key. Either you're going to be in sales or you're going to have something else that ultimately is going to put you on the right path, which is the business owner. You're going to have one of three things. You need to be in one of three spots, in my opinion, to be really, really in a good spot. You need to be in the sales aspect, you need to be in the marketing aspect, or you need to be in the fulfillment aspect. That's business. If you're in one of those three aspects and you are leading one of those charges for a company or your company, you, my lovely 40-haired friends, are going to be in the best position possible. But the beauty of all of you is you're in the number one earner. You are all in sales. So you ultimately all dictate how much money you get paid this year or next year. How do I know that? It's because it's all in you. Your skill, your level, your development. Goes back to what Brian says, your reputation, your relationships. Goes back to obviously your results. Everything you have, everything you need, everything that you've actually outlined is all inside you. The problem that I see time and time again is people don't decide. People want, we all want a lot of things. Hands up here who wants Auntie to come down with like a bag full of presents. Other than Nikki Schroeder. Yeah, everybody wants loads of presents, loads of presents, loads of presents. Let me tell you something that no one really knows. When I came here first, the first year I couldn't afford to buy presents for my little girl when I went to Ireland. Because I didn't make enough money. Because my business wasn't able to support that. And that's quite embarrassing, but it's quite humbling. Because I know what that pain is still there. Even today, we can buy a fucking horse if we want it. Obviously, we're not going to buy horses like Josh Lamb. Yeah, because it's like throwing money out the window. But the beauty of it is, guys, is I still have that pain. I still know what it's like not to be able to do. But the thing here is you can go left or you can go right. And at the end of the day, guys, here's the ugly truth. I know the game that I'm playing and I know how fortunate I am to play it. So I'm always going to go the right way. But it's up to each and every one of you whether you go left or right. I can't do any more. I can't give you any more training. I give you 13 hours of life coaching a week. I can bring it up to 20. I can bring in another coach. But if you haven't gone to 13, then you're not going to go to 20. So what's the point? Okay? So you all have this. You all have big goals in 2022. Hands up here who actually hit their goal in 2022. Other than me. Dave, fantastic. Who else? Nikki.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your goal was to not do your shit that you were doing and to go and make money online.
Yeah.
Because I fucking coached you through it. I know your goal. Hands up here who else had their goals. Hands up here who actually hit their goal that they sat down and built out in 2022. In 2021. Brian, yes, moved to fucking not Dominican Republic. Where'd you move? You moved
out to Nashville. Yeah, moved out to Nashville, moved out of software, start working fully remote and do something that I really was passionate about.
Fantastic. So Brian Cabral, Brian Phil moved to Costa Rica. Yeah.
Puerto Rico. Fuck shit, sorry.
Hands up here who else got their goals. Hands up here actually achieved their goals in 2022. Jack Allman, fantastic. Kofi, Amir, Colby, fantastic. Gabe, yeah. Lucas, anyone else? But let me ask you this, who didn't hit their goal in 2022? Johnny, V. John, why not?
It was a lot of figuring out the right vehicle to get there.
Yeah.
Got out of sales, got into sales, got a lot of personal stuff going on the side, family court, things happen, held back. But
some things you just can't control. Yeah. But you're actually understanding and you're aware of it. Who else hasn't got their goal? Cody, Story, what's wrong with you, buddy? Why haven't you hit your goal?
I hit most of them, but I didn't hit my North Star, which is 20K per month.
Yeah. So all the rest of them mean absolutely jack shit. If you don't hit your North Star, what's the point of hitting all the rest of them? Yeah, I got up at 6 o'clock every morning. Fucking whoop-de-doo, pat in the back, dickhead. Means nothing to you. And I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying in theory. You know what I mean? So like at the end of the day, guys, the North Star is the fucking goal. Everything else can be supported. I didn't eat meat in 2022. Cool, great, good for you. Yeah. So it's the whole idea, right, guys? And this is very, very honest with you, is you get to decide. And you get to fucking figure out, is 2023 going to be exactly what 2022 was? You have to have a bit of a self-reflection, guys, every single year. When it comes to this time of the year, you have to sit down, you have to fucking reflect. Because if you don't, it just all becomes a blur. You have to ask yourself the question, if I have not hit my goal, do I fucking think that's okay? Hands up here who thinks that's not okay, to not hit their goal. Or put a 1 in the chat or put something. Yeah, raise your hands or something. Just give me some acknowledgement to show me that this is not okay. Because it's not. And like I told you guys all along, and hopefully you guys will believe me, there's no participation here. There's no awards being given out here because you're a great person. And of course, being a great person is very, very important, but being a great person is not going to get you to your goals. You know, opening up the doors for ladies and this, that, the other thing, and standing up in the bus. It's great. Like I do it all the time, but it never helped me get to where I was, or never helped me get to this position. And it can feed it, but it's not going to be enough. So the big questions are very, very simple, guys. What ultimately needs to change? What ultimately do you have to do, which is going to determine where the fuck you end up this year? And I mean 2023. 2022 is over, guys. Let you know, you've 15 days, 20 days at max. Yeah. Do you want 2023 to turn into the year that you actually hit fire? Because without being an arsehole, 2022 was that year for me. And if it is that year for me, believe me, guys, I have no education. I came to London with $4,000 in the bank and got wiped out paying for fucking advertising. I got wiped out with COVID. I had 2 kids. Yeah, worked 3 time zones when I started. And 2022 was the year that everything changed. The biggest question you have to ask yourself, guys, if 2023 is the year that you want things to change, what needs to change? What needs to happen? The biggest thing that you have to fucking figure out, and the biggest thing that you need to fucking sit down with your thoughts and be very fucking critical on yourselves as we hit the end of this year, who the fuck do you need to become? Because the person that you are today is not the person that's going to get to your goals. I can guarantee you that. And I don't mean that you have to fucking, you know, build a campfire and sing around it for the next 14 days. Or you don't need to get up in cold showers every fucking 14 minutes. Like, you just don't. Okay? And don't get sucked into this whole, I don't know, giving yourself affirmations every 14 minutes, 15 minutes. Yeah, pat yourself on the back because you got up out of a chair and walked around because Fitbit told you to. That's not going to be it, guys. The biggest thing you have to figure out is, who do you need to become? What's that level that you need to reach in order to get to your goals? What habits do you need to actually create? And I don't mean habits, again, bringing it back to fucking bullshit of, I'm not going to eat meat for 14 hours a day, or I'm not going to eat meat for 6 months of the year. I mean habits that actually get you to your goal. Habits that will get you to your goal: training, development, coaching, good offers, relationships, results, reputation. Am I missing any? Taking care of yourself, sleeping well, not fucking going out Friday to Sunday, blasting yourself 24/7. Not going out and blasting all your money on fucking shit that you don't need. And I ultimately have to hold myself accountable to that too. Nikki Schroeder is the exact same, going out and buying 40, 50K fucking watches. Yeah?
Yeah.
So the things, and the honesty, like, because you're just not going to be able to do what you want to do doing that shit. I'm just going to tell you. And you know that. So the biggest question you guys have to ask yourself is where your goals are, what you need to actually go and achieve, but what habits actually need to change for you to go and create that. If you look at your sales, guys, and you say to yourself, I want to make 20K a month, what the fuck do I need to do? Who do I need to become? What level of standard do I need to hold myself to? What habits do I need to create that ultimately is going to feed into that goal? If you're not on the best offer, then guess what, guys? You got to build your reputation. You got to build your results. You got to get better. You got to fucking build your connections. You got to build everything around you. You got to look at yourself as a business, which is a habit. So we all got big goals. But I can guarantee you right here, right now, if I looked at your habits, it's not going to get you there. What code do you have to live by? It's the same thing. Who do you have to become? What code do you have to live by? What are the standards that you must look for in yourself? And again, I don't bring it back to fucking taking cold showers and fucking doing 75 hard for 365 days a year. Will it help? Yeah, of course, I've done it. It does help. It allows you to level up. It allows you to read books. It allows you to get better. But you're going to ask yourself, what code needs to change for me to go and make money? Every single person right here, right now is in the right vehicle. How do I know you're in the right vehicle? Because you're in sales. You all get anywhere between 8 to 15% of anything. For doing what? Having a fucking conversation. Hands up here actually fulfills on anything that you sell. Meaning you do the coaching, you worry about the fucking disputes, you worry about this, you worry about that, you worry about making sure people are good, you worry about fucking accountability, you worry about hiring the right people, you worry about fucking delivering the right product, you're worried about the stress, the worry, the anxiety. Hands up here who has the stress, the worry, the anxiety of actually delivering on anything that you sell. Not one hand. So with all the respect, guys, other than Gabrielle, sorry, Gabrielle, I can't see you, I have to scroll down. Other than Gabriella or Christian, for that matter, like I was in a very fortunate position. All I had to do was do what? Help people on the front end and on the back end. But I didn't have all the rest of the stress and the worry. So what needs to get into the right alignment for you guys to go and actually do what you need to do? Yeah. The biggest question you've got to ask yourself now as you lead out of this year into 2023, can you be responsible enough for your goals? Because hopefully some of you guys will be with me next year and we'll continue to train, we'll continue to do all the rest of the stuff, and we will have this conversation next year at this time. And I will ask you this, were you responsible enough for your goals? Have you actually achieved them? Have you actually taken that on and actually pushed and got there? Can you be responsible enough for your actions? Can you actually take this on board and actually get to where you want to go? Can you actually be responsible enough to fucking take the actions and actually do it every single day? Now, of course, there's going to be days where you're going to be off. There's a party, there's a wedding, there's a funeral, there's a this, there's a that. Of course, you don't have to work 365 every fucking day. I know some of you guys only work 3 days. Why? Because you make enough money that you don't want to work 5 days. What a life. But you got to get yourself into a position where that actually becomes normal. Yeah? So the biggest thing I want you to ask yourselves, and the biggest thing I want you to walk away with this tonight, can I challenge you enough to fucking do the work? Every single day. Can I challenge you enough to build a routine to go and be successful? Yeah? Or the biggest thing that you're going to be, you're going to do what 97% of everyone else does. Blah. Hands up here, I wanted to get fit in January this year. Anybody? Amir, yeah? Right here, right now, Amir, which is the 29th of November, do you think you're fit?
Not as fit as I want to be.
Yeah, and that's just it. Like, that's just the self-respect, and that's just the honesty. Because everything else, if it's either yes or no, there's no in between with this stuff, guys. You either are in or you're out. You know? So, I implore you to do this. Why? Because I did. And it got me to where I am today. And it'll continue to be that way. And I did this every year. I looked at myself every single year and I said to myself, what do I need to do? For years and years and years, I was in the wrong fucking vehicle. And I could fucking read the books, do everything that I needed to do. But ultimately, if you're not in the right vehicle, you're going to be in trouble. I don't know any other right vehicle other than sales in 2023. Crypto's not going to get you there. Trading is not going to get you there. Airbnb, unless you're buying and actually you're buying at the bulk load, is not going to get you there. There is virtually nothing that you guys have to do other than have internet, have skill, and a fucking headpiece. Like, what more do you guys need to be very, very, very good and very wealthy and paid well at your job? Like, just break it down to the honest truth. You need internet, you need a laptop or a computer, and you need a headset, and you need skill. Those are the only 4 things you need. Like, that's simple. So this is what I want for all of you guys. And I'm not saying anything like that you're not. I'm saying you're building foundations. Most of you guys have quadrupled and doubled and done really fucking good stuff. So this is not a downer at all. This is a way for me to challenge you enough to keep going. There's not one person here that I could literally say is like really not good. There's just not. Because if you come train and you develop, you will get really fucking good. This is more me saying to you, so you've got to this standard, but this wasn't where you wanted to go. You wanted to do that. So then you got to reassess and you got to look at things and you got to say to yourself, what needs to change? What are the standards that need to be improved on to continue to move forward? And this is all I always tell you guys. You got to stay training. You look at NBA stars, you look at NFL stars, you look at footballers, you look at golfers, you look at anything at the top tier. What do? They play probably once a week, twice a week at the max, which is your game. But what do they do with the other time? Can anyone tell me, what are they doing with the other hours in the week if they're not playing?
Training, practice, scrimmage.
Yeah. If I play American football right now, I play 2 games a week, if I'm not mistaken, 1 game a week. What am I doing for the other 6 days? I'm recovering, I'm resting, I'm getting better, and I'm building on what? My weaknesses, making my strengths stronger. I continuously train. Why? Because the outcome is fucking worth it, isn't it? The outcome when you're at top of the level of professional sport is that you win. You get trophies, you get accolades, you get prizes, you get money, you get reputation, you get long-lasting results. For you guys to continue training, what do you get? What is the outcome for you guys if you continue training?
More money.
Hands up here didn't want money. Hands up here would do this for the love of it. Not fucking one of you. So you got to ask yourself, if I want to be fucking fit, then you got to go to the gym. If you want to make a lot of money, then guys, you got to fucking train. You got to keep developing. And I know you are. And I know you are. And I'm not saying you're not. I know you're training. I know you're developing. I know you're pushing. But you got to continue. You got to stay uncomfortable. You got to allow me to keep pulling you out and calling you out, like I just did with Josh Beaton. You got to allow me to keep fucking being on your ass. Because I'm on my own, believe me. Yeah, so you got to stay uncomfortable. You got to stay humble. And I don't mean humble as in like, you know, your Mother Teresa. I mean humble in the idea that you're never going to get to where you want to go. Because when you get to 20, what's the logical step that you want to do from there? For 95% of you, what do you want to do?
Get to 30.
You get to 30, what do you want to do?
More.
Get to 100.
When I started making sales, I got to like 10 quickly. And then I was like, okay, well, let's go to 20. Got to 20 quickly. Then I went to 40. And then I went to 50. And then I was like, okay, now I'm going to be a business owner. So that's what I mean, guys. It's not a case of you get to a level and then you pull back. I mean, you humble yourself in the capacity of you keep developing and you keep training and you keep pushing. Because after a while, it's just not about making money. It's about the impact that you have, and it's about helping people, and it's ultimately about what you leave behind without getting too philosophical about it. Stay resilient. Like, allow yourself to get punched in the mouth. As Nicky Schroeder would tell you, he actually enjoys getting punched in the face. I'm not too much. I like words. I'm like no physical contact in this whole space. I'm all right with that. But some of you like that. That's up to you guys. Stay resilient. I mean, stay in the game. Like, allow yourself to hear a no. If you're not hearing no, I don't think you're pushing enough. If you're not hearing a no or a yes on a call, I don't think you're pushing enough. Honestly. I want to hear no, I'm not paying. No, I'm leaving this call. I challenge you enough to go and get those. Yeah, so stay resilient. Stay at it. Stay pushing. Stay going. Stay fucking focused on the outcome. And this is what you get. Hands up here who'd done the work this year and made the money that you wanted to make. Nicky Schroeder. Like, and I don't mean like you had to hit your goals of like 100K a month, but I mean like have put yourself in a position where you're like, you know, you're good. You know, you've made what you needed to make and you've done what? Yeah. You didn't just do that because you fluked your way there. You did it because you're training, you're developing, you're growing, you're pushing, you're getting after it. You're allowing yourself to fucking be challenged. You're allowing yourself to know that you're not the best. I'm not the best. And if I am, I'm in trouble. If I'm the best, and I think I'm the best, or whatever it is, then I'm already fucked. Because the best can only go where? I don't want to go down. So I tell you what, we want to keep going and keep pushing and keep thriving. So I implore you guys to keep going, to keep training, keep developing, keep getting after it. Because the day that you don't, you end up like the firework, as I always tell you guys. Don't be a fucking firework. I've seen plenty of fireworks. I see plenty of fireworks. And I see plenty of people getting distracted as well. Yeah, you make a little money and then you're like, I want to invest. And the reason why I know is because I did it. Made a lot of money invested in things that I probably shouldn't have. Why? Because I didn't have the education for it. So stay in your lane, stay in your game, and stay focused. And keep pushing. All right? Any questions on any of that, guys? A little bit different than what we normally do. Normally I'm like militant. Normally I drill you guys. Normally I train you guys. Normally I'm fucking like on it with you. But I didn't want to say today because what I'm seeing people going on holidays. Like I'm seeing people pull back. And that's quite natural and normal because you get Thanksgiving and then it's like a little bit of a slow burner into Christmas. But this is the time, guys, in my honest opinion, that you speed up. How do I know it? Because the other 97% of the market are doing what? They're slowing down. Because it's cold, it's miserable, it's dark, it's Thanksgiving, then it's Christmas, then it's New Year's, and it's a really shitty time. But I'm going to call you out right now. If you're not where you need to be, you don't deserve it. Oh, I'm going to say that again. If you are not where you need to be or where you want to be or where you believe you can be, you do not deserve to pull off the gas. I'm going to say it again. If you are not where you need to be, where you want to be, or where you feel that you can be, you do not deserve to be pulled off the gas. So you speed up and everybody else slows down. Because if you don't, you just do what? You commoditize yourself like everybody else. And then you become everybody else. So the biggest thing, as Lego says, mirror time. And I don't think anyone here is in negative. I think we're positive. But there's a difference between positive 84 and positive 89. And I don't want fireworks. I want incremental lifts, incremental guides, incremental push. Because that's how you stay fucking relevant. And that's how you stay consistent. I don't want any to make 20K and then 3K the next month. Hands up here would like to do that. Hands up here would like to make 7K, then 9K, then 11K, then 14, and then 17. That's a better road. I've seen people do that. Yeah, went to 20K and they just lost it all. And then it takes you fucking a world of time to ramp it back up. But you stop doing the shit that ultimately put you there. Okay, any questions on any of that, guys? I know I got a couple of minutes left. Has all this been somewhat helpful? I know normally I'm really shouting at you guys and kind of really beating you from pillar to post. But I want you to know two things. Number one, I'm very proud of you all. I'm very proud of what you've been able to achieve. I'm very proud of obviously being able to help you all. But the biggest thing for me, guys, it's not what we've done, it's what
we do.
What we're doing, exactly. What we do, where we're going, and how we're doing. Yeah. So over the next couple of weeks, take your time if you feel you deserve it. Take your time if you feel that you've got to where you should be. But if you don't, believe me, guys, this is where you fucking speed up because January 1st is going to come around the corner. And then you're back into the fucking swing of things. So just imagine this, right? Over the next 30 days, you put 30 days of energy, as much as you possibly can, into training, developing. You still have your Christmas, you still have your New Year's, you still have all of those great days. You still see your family, you still do all those great things. But your priority is to train. Your priority is to fucking get after it. Your priority is to fucking lose that 10 pounds or whatever else you may want to do. Your priority is to work on your objections. Your priority is to work on your North Star. Your priority, like Josh Beeson, is to work on your future base. Because I believe me when I tell you, January 1st is going to come around, guys, and you're going to be on a tremendous amount of calls. So you got 30 days. You got 30 days to hit 2023 in a better capacity than you hit 2022. And it's up to you. Because I know what I'm fucking doing.
One thing on that, Bill.
Go for it, Vinny.
I came in a little bit late, but if everyone pulls
your
up,
underpants, is that what you're showing us? Your 2023 underpants. No one wants to see those.
Yeah, it's a nice warm blanket, is what it is.
All
Not
right,
too comfortable.
Yes.
Pull up your phone and then look at your apps and look at how much you're spending every day, every week. You can be clear on how much time, and the devil makes work for idle hands. But if you're idly spending time, you're always going to underestimate how much time you think you're spending.
Yeah.
Right. And if you're spending that time, and I'm not saying don't watch Netflix or don't watch YouTube, how I do it as well, but when you actually understand how much time you can be spending leveling up, and when you get into that habit of doing it, it just becomes second nature. And the one thing that I've been seeing just on the front lines, just to say, you know, hats off to seeing the new faces, the new people that are coming in. You're in the right place, but the ones that are actually leveling up very well, they're not just relying on the main calls. There's a huge community, there's a huge network, and you guys know who you are. There's people that are actually, through being on the regular calls, they're making relationships with the other people in this group. And when they've built the relationships, they're going off and they're training and they're continuing to develop, and they're holding each other accountable, right? So there's a higher level of accountability because you're around people that are bringing you up. You know, you're the average of the 5 people you're around the most, right? And then what happens from that offshoot is what we're seeing now is you're going to have a time when you want to take it to the next level, or your fulfillment breaks on your offer. And then what happens then? So what I'm seeing for those people that are actually going in and training and networking with other people and continuously developing, who do you think is going to be the first person that comes to the forefront when an offer presents itself?
Correct. You pull each other in. Hands up here, one. If you're in a strong 5, because that's what I have. I have a strong 5 people inside me. Strong 5 community in terms of people that work for me. 5 or 6 guys. Hands up here wants to be the weakest person out of the 5. Hands up here would allow themselves to be the weakest person out of the 5. You would allow yourself to be the weakest person out of the 5? Would anybody allow themselves to be the weakest person out of the 5? No one would they? Subconsciously, you wouldn't want to do that. So Benny's absolutely spot on. It's what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. And he's absolutely spot on in regard to your habits. That's what I said, build your habits. Hands up here who would definitely need to put another hour into their coaching that would put him in the best possible position in 2023. Hands up here who binge watches and does all of those things that Benny has said. We all do it. I do it. We all do it. We go to bed, I'll watch an episode of this or an episode of that, whatever it is. We all do it. But that's where we are today. I didn't do it when I was where you guys are at. I worked 3 time zones. And it's not because I'm some fucking He-Man. It's because I got a family and I had a family to take care of. And I had responsibilities like you all do. And I'm not saying that you're not looking after your responsibilities or whatever it is. What I am saying, and this is me and Benny and all of us included, because we're all in this together, guys, me included. I'm not some fucking lunatic at the top of the pyramid looking down, because I'm in the trenches with you guys every single day. We can all do more, and we all should do more. But the biggest question is, are we going to do more? That's the important.
And lastly on that, the last thing I'll say is, well, let me ask you a question. When you were working those 3 jobs, were you sleeping well?
No, because I had a baby that was getting breastfed every 2.5 hours.
Okay, you're the exception. What I'm trying to say is that we always know subconsciously that we can do more. And when I was going month to month, 15, 16, 18K and consistently, I was just lights out because I was doing everything in my power to continue to get better. And then when we went away to Miami and then I came off the wheel a little bit and it's taken me a little bit time to recalibrate, I was thinking, okay, right, I need to meditate. I need to have cold showers every morning. I need to do X, Y, and Z. But actually what I needed to do is just get back to what I was actually doing, which was leaving no stone unturned and leaving nothing on the table. And then when I put my head on the pillow at night, I know actually that my mind isn't going, because I know actually there's nothing that I'm feeling guilty that I should have been doing, which was activity. And so if you think about that, it all goes full circle, because if you're not sleeping properly, you're not recovering, you're not processing what you're learning in the day. And then that's the time when you learn, because you're not leaving any stone unturned. You know, actually subconsciously that you're not doing enough and you could be doing more. I'm not saying like work like fucking Gary Vee, but I'm just saying know where you want to go and what you need to get to that point and do everything in your power to actually get yourself there. And you'll know when you do, because you'll sleep well.
Correct. Anything they want to share? Anything they want to ask? Anything coming up for them? Anything that they want to share or go over? please do let me know. Other than that, appreciate you guys. Go away, absorb what we've just gone through, rewatch it if you need to. I'll get the recording into the group. I think I shared it into the wrong group, to be quite honest with you, but anyway, I should say Levi. You can go back into the community and watch it. I can get the recording, get the BAs to do that. Is there anything you guys want to share? Is there anything that you guys want to go over? Other than that, au revoir. Anybody wants to stay and we can go through some stuff, stay. Other than that, thank you, appreciate you. Figure out where you're going, what you're doing, and what needs to change. All right, guys. Good luck. Bye-bye. Respect. Au revoir.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks, Bill. What does that mean for the people, like you said, that can't really afford to take their foot off the gas and really need to be training? Is there going to be a position where, you know, you guys are obviously going to be having a bit of time off for Christmas, but how is the coaching calls going to go through that time?
Would you believe it, Jackie? It's a very, very good question. I haven't even sat down to think of it yet. I want my guys to have a Christmas. I want my guys to enjoy their Christmas. Why? Because they worked their fucking bollocks off over the last 6 months. So we will take all the big days. I know that for a fact. There's going to be a little bit of a gap in between that. We want to keep going. We want to keep training. The reason we want to keep going, we want to keep training is because we, unfortunately, like you guys, are professional athletes that still need to train and still need to cope. So we will be doing things as far as the structure of it. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm not entirely sure because I'm sure there's going to be some of these days, Christmas, New Year's, or whatever it is, that fall on a Tuesday or Thursday or whatever it may be. Once December hits, or maybe the week after December hits, I'll sit down and I'll go through it and we can figure it out. But I know for a fact, my team, my guys, everyone that has worked with me internally will have holidays. I know that for a fact because they deserve it.
And also, it's like I said to you earlier, Jack, and you're one of those people that I mentioned, right? You've got a network because you're holding yourself accountable. So regardless of whether we're taking a few days off here and there, you've got everything in your wheelhouse and you've got the people around you where you can still keep pushing through if you want to, right? But at the same time, professional athletes, like Bill said, they do take time off to reset, to refocus and come back stronger as long as you don't.
Yeah, also with that, you guys will probably have 80 videos that you can go back and rewatch. There's like 80, 100 hours of videos. And it's not like me talking to you. It's me engaging with you. You're asking questions and we're being able to spin them on the dial. So that's there as well. That's always going to be there. We're building it out actually over the next couple of weeks in terms of a place just specifically for all that.
Bill's doing a Zoom Christmas Day lunch together, watching Christmas films.
Yeah, objections. Why my kids are not, why my kids, the biggest objection I'm going to have is why are my kids not grateful? No, all good. Okay. Anyone, any other questions? If not, I'm going to get into some stuff that people were stuck on in regards where we were, what we're doing. Where's Josh Beaton? He's here. Okay. Anyone else? Anything else? Good question, Jackie. I'll get it out to you guys. I don't know yet, but I will figure it out. Yeah. Any of you got a call? Jump off. Danielle, give me a message. We can go through it. Just give me a message. We can figure it out. Okay. So if no one has any questions, I'm going to go through what Josh Beating is struggling with. Louis, go for it, buddy.
So, like, obviously, I'm just like brand new to this, and the way I've been approaching it is just literally just diving in through the guides, just going through all of them sequentially, like really immersing myself before I dedicate any time to, because the way where I'm at right now through the guides, I printed out the PDF that has the different like boxes of, you know, what ultimately would be memorized. Because I remember at one point in the guides you mentioned, you know, essentially the top objections. If you memorize those, that's a big part of the whole equation, just getting that down pat. So right now I'm going sequentially immersion before I dedicate time to memorization. And I'm wondering, you know, if I'm approaching this correctly so far. I mean, I've covered a good amount of ground in the short amount of time I've been in, but I haven't dedicated any time to memorizing. And I'm just, you know, definitely committing the foreseeable future to, you know, just soaking it all in and then ultimately memorizing and then ultimately hopping on a role play call when I'm, you know, let's call it fit to attend.
Yeah. Do you know how I know you're doing the work? Because I see all the old videos of the golden nuggets that you're tagging yourself on and the golden nuggets that you're sharing under the videos. So I see you doing the work and I know that you're doing the work because I see Adam's face every day. lots of love and respect to Adam. I see his face because he used to share the recording. So I know that's who was posting the recording. So every day I see a new face of Adam. And Adam hasn't worked here in 4 months. So that's because of you, because you're doing what I need you to do, and you're learning, you're developing, and you're putting your golden nuggets under the video. So the question, I just wanted to share that with you. I got lost in the question. What was the question? Sorry.
So I'm just wondering, I'm like a few days in, but so what I've done so far is progress through the guides, soak it all in, definitely like literally like lock in laser light to just extract all value I can that I can immediately apply as soon as I'm able to. And I've already kind of determined that at some point I will be needing to memorize. That's kind of like let's call it 1.5 years into taking sales seriously, like every day, just literally every day. But memorization was never a big part of it for me. And as an appointment setter, I never had to like memorize objections per se. I just kind of had my own ingrained habits. So I'm just wondering, at one point, should I be diverting attention to actual memorization? And so the 2-part question, at what point should I be looking to actively memorize? And at what point am I fit to, enter a role play call prepared to participate?
Okay, good question.
Right now.
Good question. Your goal is I want to be a professional boxer. Let's just say. Here's an analogy. Take this all in if you want. Your goal is I want to be a professional boxer. Yeah. You can hit the heavy bag all day, every day. What's going to happen when you get in the ring? Like you can hit the heavy bag for 6 months straight, every single day until your arms got sore. What's going to happen when you get in the ring?
You get knocked out.
Right. So what I want you to do is, yes, I want you to hit the fucking bag. Yes, I want you to fucking hit that speed bag, but I want you to get in the ring. Why? Because you're not training to fucking hit the speed bag. What are you training to do? You're training to fight. You're training to box. You're training to win. And the only way you're going to win is by actually having interactions and competitiveness with people. Other than Nicky Schroeder. Nicky Schroeder just got like beaten up for like 14 years straight in boxing or MMA, whatever.
MMA, yeah.
Don't be like him. Don't be like him. He was like headbutting the bag and everything, and then got into beaten up. Don't be like him. Yeah, get in, box around. Here's the other side, buddy. It's not like do or die. It's training. So there's no win or loss. It's development. So keep training, keep doing what you're doing, but I also want you to fucking get in and see how the guys are working, see what they're doing, see if you can pick a thing or two up from them and actually start doing it yourself. Because I don't want you to be a heavy bag hitter. I want you to be able to duck, weave, and punch and defend. So in order to do that, guess what, guys? You got to fucking deal with that. Yeah?
Definitely. Okay, cool. That makes sense.
Easy peasy. Coolio.
See you on tomorrow's role play.
Yeah. Joshy Beaton, what's going on with you, party boy? Other than Billy calling you out in front of everyone.
No, I appreciate that. Really do. Really do appreciate it.
Lawyer. You hate my
No,
guts.
Why is Josh? Why do you always seem to be getting called out all the time at the moment? I literally miss this. It was Nicky before.
I appreciate it. Genuinely.
I can't call Nicky out anymore because now I know that he's a fucking serious MMA guy. I can't really keep calling him out.
Winning.
No. The reason why I call Josh out is because I see so much talent in him and I see that he wants to do it, but unfortunately he's not.
I'm the same.
That's why you get it double barreled off camera, Benny. That's why.
Appreciate it. Well, I'm stuck at future pace. Like I keep getting surface level answers. And like I said before, I know I have to go off what they say.
Yeah.
But even so, it's very sort of like